Hello there and welcome to SNMB Academy. So let's just get straight to our lesson today for arithmetic sequences. So what is an arithmetic sequence? It's just a sequence of numbers such that the difference between the consecutive terms is constant. Now, what do we mean by that? Let's just say that it's my first term, that is my second term, that's my third term, and that is my fourth term. So the difference between the consecutive terms, the first and the second term, the difference is of plus 2. Difference between the second and the third term, plus 2. And third and the fourth term is also plus 2. Now, if we look at this, the difference between my consecutive terms, between the first and the second term, the difference is of 2. Between second and the third term, the difference of 2. So my difference is the same. So in arithmetic sequence, the difference is the same. So is this an arithmetic sequence? Yes, of course it is. Now, let's just have a look at the second sequence and see for ourselves whether that is an arithmetic sequence or not. So, difference between the first term and the second term, plus 4. Difference of second and the third term, plus 5. Third and the fourth term, plus 6. Now, if we see for ourselves, the difference between each term is changing. So that's plus 4, then plus 5, so plus 6. So the difference between the two consecutive terms is not the same. Not the same difference. So this is not an arithmetic sequence. So pretty straightforward into understanding what exactly do we mean by arithmetic sequence. Is pretty much you just need to know that the difference between the two terms should be the same. Now, using this, we can actually form an equation. We can actually use an equation to form an expression. But forming an expression would mean that we can actually find out any term of this sequence, whether it be the 10th term, the 50th term, or a millionth term. Any term that you like, you can actually find it out. But we're not going to work out how to use the equation. We're just going to keep it basic and actually, try to figure out and find the expression without using the equation. So let's just get rid of this and write an equation. So let's just write another sequence. Let's just stick to the first one that I used in the previously. So 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. Now, what we're actually going to do in this one is, first of all you need to know is find the difference. So we know that the difference is of plus 2. So I'm going to write 2n. N is, in maths, n is just an integer, any number. But in this form over here, we will consider the n is the number of term, any term. So 2n. After that, the number that we are actually going to write. How we will actually find that out is after we have the first term, we will take away our difference. So that will become 3 take away 2, which gives us 1, positive 1. So my equation would be 2n plus 1. And that becomes the expression for this sequence. Now let's just test that out. Let's just see if that actually works. So how we would actually do that is, let's just say, so 2n, let's just say I want to see if my first term is 3. So n would be what term I'm finding out. So that's the first term. So 1. And then plus 1. Plus 1. So 2 multiplied by 2. 2 multiplied by 1, sorry, is 2. Plus 1. 3. Is that my first equation? Yes, it is. Now let's just try the second term. So 2. I want to find my second term. So I'll write 2 there. Plus 1. So same procedure. 2 multiplied by 2, 4, plus 1, 5. Is that 5? Yes, it is. So pretty interesting, because once I have this expression, I can actually find out, let's say, the 50th term. So if I want to test my 50th term, I will do the exact same thing, but I'll write 2 50 plus 1. So 2 times by 50, that's 100, plus 1, 101. So my 50th term becomes the 101. So quite nice and easy. So this is when my sequence is increasing. So let's just step it up and keep the ball rolling. Now let's just try a sequence in which my numbers would be decreasing. Just to familiarize ourselves as to what exactly is happening. So let's just make an equation as let's say 10, 3 minus 2, and no, that's not right, is it? Nope. Just go back. So 10, 3 would decreasing by 7, so minus 4 and minus 11, and so on. Now, exactly the same thing. The first thing that we're going to do is find the difference between the two consecutive terms. So that's 10 take away 3, that we are decreasing by 7. So that will become minus 7n. Now to find the next number, what we have to do is, as we've seen before, is the first term take away the difference. Now, why it's important to know this is to write that down is you have to be very careful in this. So that will become 10 take away negative 7. And as we know that two negatives makes a positive, so this one would actually become 10 plus 7, and that gives us positive 17. So this part would be positive 17. So if you want to test that one out, so again the same thing exactly, so that'd be minus 7. I want to check my first term, instead of n, write my first, plus 17. Minus 7 multiply by 1 gives me minus 7 plus 17, and that will give us a 10, which is exactly the same as the first term. If I want to check my second term, minus 7, 2 plus 17, that will be minus 7 times by 2, minus 14 plus 17, and that gives us 3. Again, exactly the same as my second term. And exactly the same way, again, you can find out any term of this sequence that you like. So just for the sake of it, let's just find the 10th term. So use another color for that. So minus 7, the 10th term, you want to plus 17, that will give me minus 7 multiplied by 10 minus 70 plus 17, and that should give me minus 53, and that would become my 10th term. So nice and easy, pretty straightforward.